Absolutely. So I have no professional training at all, but I do read a lot. So I've read a lot about investing, at least hundreds of books. And I honestly didn't think I was just more curious about it and liked learning about it. When I actually started trying my hand, with paper trading, just trading with fake money, for some months, I was doing really well. And I was thinking, this can't be right. There's a lot of smart people in the markets. Just inevitably, there's so much money to be made. I just don't. I mean, I knew from an IQ test I was intelligent, but I'm not, Albert Einstein. I'm not like the smartest guy in the whole world by the IQ test. So I'm like, there's a lot of smart people with a lot of money, and there's just doesn't seem likely that I could be doing so well. So I figured that's probably just luck. But while I'm doing well, I'll keep going on it. So I started putting my own small amounts of money. My first investment was $200, and it did well. And I kept doing well for many years, obviously. But my investment style is a little different than Chris's, because I come from sort of a somewhat humble background, so to speak. I was putting $50, which is the extra money I had, extra money I could squeeze together towards investments for a year until I built up, a decent amount. It sounds like not a lot of money, obviously. You do the math, but you figure that $50 is growing, every week. I was able to, in my first couple of years, grow quite a bit. So, anyways, my investment philosophy is based in Buffett, but it's also more of a Phil Fisher. So, Warren Buffett's described himself as like primarily based off his mentor Benjamin Graham, but also a decent amount of Phil Fisher, who is the famous author of Common Stock and Uncommon Profits, who talks about basically knowing everything about a company so that you could get better than average returns by knowing this company was mispriced. And I'm a big fan of that because I like digging into things more than most people want to. I mean, most people won't even read a book. In my experience, if you give it to them, be like, "Oh, you want to get rich? Sure, here's a book. Read this book." And most of the people I know won't even finish the book or read it or whatever. So it's just that's just the reality of life right now. Most humans will not read a book to make money. So I'm kind of the at least in my mind, I'm kind of playing on a basketball field with a bunch of midgets, so to speak. Not everyone, but a lot of.
By the way, we're not calling our audience midgets. Go ahead.
I'm just saying. Anyways, so I'm like, okay, this is interesting, because a lot of people will do. I remember my sister got convinced to put $500 into some company by a coworker. Oh my God, it's going to do great. She put $500 in there, and she didn't even check it in 2 years. And then she happened to mention it, so I looked into the company, and the guy was, the stock had gone down from, I think it was like $15 down to like maybe like 5 cents or something. It just basically drove it to the ground, and he was just issuing new shares and then granting his share. He was just basically taking the investor's money and putting it in his pocket in a way that was legal. And anyone who knew anything about investing would have very quickly found out that they probably didn't want to be part of that, CEO charity company. So yeah. But to go back to my investment sort of philosophy, whatever, is basically just finding a very good company or a very good investment. In Bitcoin example, when Bitcoin was very cheap, $2,000, which is cheap compared to when most people, took a position and stuff. It's really digging into it and getting a high probability bet and then doing a very concentrated position. And that obviously not with money credit card debt, like Chris was saying earlier, not money I'm not able to lose, but doing a very significant position in that. And it's been, I haven't had any, bad hits or whatever, so to speak. Obviously I have losses, but nothing significant. So that's kind of like my basic investment philosophy and history and that kind of thing. So over to you, Chris.